And welcome, everyone. I'm Matt Park, along with John Wildhack, the Director of Athletics here at Syracuse University, for our opportunity to look back on a major decision made in the course of the men's basketball program. And for you, John, it was not a relaxing weekend. I know you were on the road with the Syracuse women's team, which has a shot against Connecticut in the NCAA tournament tonight, and sprung to action this weekend with the news that Coach Hopkins has moved on to Washington.
Matt, it was a really busy weekend, and I was in Connecticut, and it was about an hour after our women had defeated Iowa State, about 4:15 on Saturday, as Mike called me, and he informed me that he was decided to take the job at Washington. It's the first that I had heard of it, and he was very thankful for the opportunities that Syracuse has provided him. We had a great conversation. We thanked Mike for for his contributions to our program, and then immediately after that, it was all right. My mode was what's in the best interest of Syracuse basketball. And I made the decision and the recommendation to the chancellor and board members was to extend Coach Boeheim's contract and also assure that the Coach Autry and Coach McNamara would remain on staff. So continuity was really the key of my decision.
This is well known as a program where it has been run in a family nature. All of the assistants, the staff, are former players under Coach Boeheim in his tenure of more than 4 decades here now. When one of those former players, longtime assistants, gets his first head coaching job, that in a vacuum is a moment of celebration.
Absolutely, and again, we're happy for Mike, and Mike deserves to be a head coach, and it gets him back to the West Coast where he's from. And Washington is a program that that he can build and create his own legacy.
What did you view to be your options here?
I think the options were either extend Coach Boeheim. Or, all right, if you want to explore, who's out there. At the end of the day, you want to hire who's the best coach, right? That's the key. And I think the best coach happens to be Coach Boeheim. And all we did was, we had a conversation. We met last Sunday, met on Sunday night, agreed on the extension. And again, with Red and Jerry staying on the staff, I think that continuity is important. I think continuity is important for our current team. For the recruits that we have coming in, for recruits that are considering Syracuse down the road. And I think Jim is the person best equipped to lead our program right now.
With your previously thought, next head coach not in the building, the idea of 1 year and let's shop would have put you at risk in terms of recruiting, right? Was that discussed, and how did you move on in terms of that aspect?
Well, I thought we needed to make a decision quickly, because if you don't, then there's a sense of, all right, what's going to happen? There's doubt, and I wanted to erase that as quickly as possible. And you're right, if you wait for a year, then it's going to impact your recruiting. It may impact members of your current staff, and to me that was untenable, particularly when you have a Hall of Fame coach sitting right here who's led us to the success that we've enjoyed for 41 years.
So it just so happens that the coach to go on for these next 2-3 years to see you through this period is the guy that's right here, that has been a National Coach of the Year, that has been to the Final Fours, et cetera. What is it about Coach Boeheim do you feel makes him uniquely suited to see you through to what's next?
I just think his commitment to the university, the success that he's had. Jim he's energized. He's in great health. He's in great shape. I have full confidence in him and the staff that will do a terrific job. He'll bring in a great assistant head coach to replace Mike. So I just feel, again, you look around and explore your options. What's your best option? I believe it's Jim Boeheim.
And Adrian Autry and Jerry McNamara continue. They kind of get bumped up a step. In other words, in the hierarchy. I guess that's pending who the next hire is, and that could be from in or outside the family, I suppose, right?
Correct. For Adrian and Jerry, it's a great opportunity for them to kind of grow, their career a little bit, and they've been very, very important and an integral part of our success since the time that they've been here, but now it's a chance for them to contribute even more. And I think I've met with both individually, and both are excited and see this as an opportunity for them to grow as coaches.
This is a time, John, where the first place team in the ACC this year, North Carolina, lost 4 conference games and just scraped its way into the Sweet 16. No other team made the Sweet 16 from the ACC, which is a story for another time, but the second place team in the conference had 6 regular season losses.
Right.
It's hard to win right now.
There's so much parity in college basketball, Matt, and you're right. And the difference between being in the tournament or not being in the tournament, for us, one more win, we'd have been in the tournament. But then once you get in and you see what's happening, there's so much parity that it's very, very competitive, and it's more competitive than it's ever been.
I guess what I was getting at too is Mike Hopkins could be a fantastic coach. We all are really excited about what he might be able to do at Washington and has the credentials at this point. But the likelihood that you follow a Hall of Famer with a Hall of Famer is in essence unprecedented.
Yes, I mean that's to say that's a rarity is an understatement, right? So again, I think Mike's got an opportunity to build his program, and we're gonna continue to sustain our excellence and continue to build our program.
And how do you evaluate Coach Boeheim at this stage? He clearly has fire, right? Right, and he's not.
Sure.
He doesn't seem to me. There aren't a lot of 72-year-old coaches out there either, but he seems to be awfully unique in that category.
I mean, Jim's competitive nature has not dissipated at all. He's as competitive as he's ever been, and that's one of the strengths. That's one of the things that has made him a great coach. And 72 years old, well, age is a number, and Jim does not act like he's 72 years old. He's energized, he's enthused, he's fully committed to coaching. To see him and the staff work with the team this year, and the effort and the time, the dedication they put into it, there's no question at all that Jim still has the fire and the desire to do this.
All right, last thing here, John. At this stage, and you're just getting to the part of the offseason, there's openings elsewhere. Other coaches and athletic directors are going to deal with the coaching carousel that happens at any time of this year. What would you say in terms of a timeline for the Syracuse program? Do you, in the next 2-3 years, are you in the idea of cultivating, whether it's inside or out, the next head coach, et cetera? What type of person do you think is the next head coach, or for that matter, what is the future in the near and far term for Syracuse basketball?
I think our future is incredibly bright, both short and long term. At this time, let's focus on this staff, let's fill out this staff, let's focus on our current kids, the kids that we have coming in. And over the course of time, you've always got you always have your ear to the ground, and you're always observing other coaches, and I think that's a nature of this business, and every athletic director is doing that.
Okay, exciting times, and for you, one where you've made a quick and swift decision here in terms of working with the chancellor to solidify what's happening at the head of the basketball program. So we'll see how it plays out. We wish you the best.
Thanks, Matt. I appreciate it. Thank you.